Hello, how are you? It's George here once again, and it's been a couple of days, hasn't it? I said daily, I didn't stick to my promise, and I deserve nothing good in my life. But aside from that, it is nice to see you again, and I have just been very tired. Work has been strenuous. Do you remember when I said it would be interesting to see whether or not I get really tired during work? Well, it's only been a week and a half and I'm very tired, but I am trying to keep up with these daily vlogs, and I will because I'm focused and resilient, but there may be days where I skip a day or two. Nevertheless, that is not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I wanted to share with you a few interesting things that came up recently in China that I think are really cool and unique in the way that China runs its country. Things that you just wouldn't expect countries to do. Things that could potentially be controversial. Things that people might argue are lack of freedom or etc. While others would say it's very fair and productive for them to do such a thing. So, there are three things I'm going to tell you about. The first one is, in China, when you cross the road, you know how they have like pedestrian crossing. If you jaywalk, so to speak, so if you cross the road while the light for you to cross is red, well, China has in many cities a special camera that takes a picture of anyone who jaywalks, and it doesn't end there. So it's not like they just take the picture and they contact you secretly and fine you. No. There's a big screen in the city that just exposes every person who has jaywalked. So the reason I thought of this recently is because we actually passed one. We were on the bus and there's this big screen with this girl's face just walking like, caught in action, shamed, made me think of, in like little corner shops in England, how they have those bulletin boards and then they'll have like a picture of someone who stole something. Kind of like that, public shaming, but way more digitized version. And a colleague told me that he'd also seen it like in the mall, just like, exposing, look at all the people who have jaywalked. And a little side note to that is another colleague told me that if you do that and get caught, then you lose social points. In China, they have social points. So if you do things like that, bad things, you lose your social points, and then you're not able to get loans, buy cars, things like that. You lose your privileges. So don't jaywalk in China. The second one is, what is the second one now? The second one. The next two are actually both related to children. The first one is that China recently came out with a law that says children are only allowed to play their video games for 1 hour for a select number of evenings. And I can't remember what evenings they were, but I think it's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. They're only allowed to play for an hour. And the way this is controlled is that in China, to go into your video games, you have to sign in with an ID. And so when you start playing, after 1 hour, it just cuts and you're not allowed to play any longer. So, parents out there, what do you think of that? Is that a godsend? Do you wish they did it in your country? I actually think it's quite a good idea, especially not only to save parents the stress, but to save kids the toxicity it does it to its brain. It kind of like, there have been studies where kids they say that kids' brains react in the same way that an adult's brain will react when you take cocaine, which is not so good. So it might be a good thing. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And the third and last one is also related to children. At our school, almost all of our children in primary have these watches. And they're like these bulky watches, and you just think they're like these kids' watches until you set them homework. You write it on the board, and up they come. You know, some of them will write it in their notebooks, but a lot of them will pick up that block and it will like open up and it will stand up, and then they'll take a picture of the homework that you've written with their watches, and you're like, what is this futuristic thing? And they're able to take, so they're able to take pictures, and they're able to call their parents. But here's the thing. On those watches, there's only 3 different numbers they can call, so it's controlled. So they can only call 3 different numbers and take pictures, and very limited. But I was talking to a colleague today who was telling me that the reason that they do that, obviously, is so they can contact their family, but so their parents can track them. So they know where they are. So China has a little bit of a kidnapping issue, especially because of traditional norms. And back in the day, a son is preferable. And so people, there's a danger of people stealing children. So this is a way to cancel that out. Put the watch on your child and you can track them anywhere they go, which is an amazing solution. What I found funny about that is that one of my colleagues told me that some people put watches under seats or basically just put watches in the car of their loved ones, of their spouses, to find out if they're cheating on them, because then they can track where they are. Isn't that interesting? So, those are some very strange, unusual, surprising, innovative things that China does in order to keep its society safer, more productive. And to be honest, I think I agree with most of them. I think that both of the ones for the children are good. I like that. Because kids aren't old enough to be free. So it's a good thing that they are under surveillance by their parents. And for the first one, I'm not sure. Because what if you're in a rush and you just miss it out and then you're shamed publicly? It's kind of embarrassing. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. But other than that, I hope you learned something from this. I'm not sure if you knew about that, so now you do. Got a few stains on my shirt. I think it's actually water, is it? Or oil. Who knows? So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe if you feel like this guy is onto something. This guy flips a switch in my brain, lights a flame in my spirit. Well, like the video. It's a free way to help someone out. Alright guys, thank you so much, and I enjoy... My brain is mush. I meant to say I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, let me go before I actually pass out while I'm talking. Bye!